Gustafson, and then why not try it from Lowry to Appleton. A cycle from the half wall to behind the net. Lowry draws. I'm just more confident. I'm more ready for when opportunities come. No better example than that. And another one from Appleton. 2-0 Winnipeg. And Perfetti to Gustafson, and then why not try it from Lowry to Appleton. A cycle from the half wall to behind the net. Lowry draws. He goes, I'm just more confident. I'm more ready for when opportunities come. No better example than that. And another one from Appleton. 2-0 Winnipeg. And Perfetti to Gustafson, and then why not try it from Lowry to Appleton. A cycle from the half wall to behind the net. Lowry draws. He goes, I'm just more confident. I'm more ready for when opportunities come. No better example than that. And another one from Appleton. 2-0 Winnipeg. And Perfetti to Gustafson, and then why not try it from Lowry to Appleton. A cycle from the half wall to behind the net. Lowry draws. He goes, I'm just more confident. I'm more ready for when opportunities come. No better example than that. And another one from Appleton. 2-0 Winnipeg. And Perfetti to Gustafson.
Way to do it in your mind?
Great way to start a homestand for sure. We built off the end of that road trip. I think we came home, got off to a great start, and contributions from everybody. I thought, we played our systems really well. 5-on-5, we were playing really well.
Can you talk about some of those block shots near the end of that game?
Yeah, it was awesome. Even the game in St. Louis, you talk about those block shots, and it's every single one of them back there. Sandberg does it every night. He doesn't get enough love for that. It's a skill too. That's it's to get in the lane, anticipate that shot. He's pretty good at that.
Kyle, you saying it was a great job playing the system. Your coaches have said that play the system right, you'll get offense off. But do you feel like your line has kind of found that, like it's opened up to you recently based on the defense that you're playing?
Yeah, I think for us, it's moving our feet, and if it's the play's not there at the line, just get it behind them. You see on 2 of the goals we scored, it's a 2-on-2, just chipping in behind, and we get possession back. And a lot of those Ds, it's tough to turn around when you got forwards barreling down on you. So I think we're using our feet to create turnovers, and we're playing well in our systems too. I think we are. That's something we can always fall back on, and know that we do that well. It's going to turn. We're going to get turnovers and have the puck more, which is obviously what we want to do, and have possession and create as much offense as we can.
Another thing, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Another thing your coaches have talked about, Scott Arniel was saying today, that you guys want to turn defense defense into offense, really quickly get that puck up the ice, and is that something you felt like you guys did tonight?
Yeah. The biggest area you can do that is neutral zone. Kind of once they get in the line or before that, you catch those Ds. Every single team is getting that fourth D man up in the rush too. So if we're able to have good sticks as forwards coming back and even defenders, they can turn that puck right up. You see a lot of 2-on-1s happen like that, and we did do a good job. We created a lot of offense like that tonight. That's definitely a focal point for us moving forward and throughout the rest of the season.
Any deja vu feelings on the deep goal against Nashville in the playoffs as well?
Was that in the playoffs?
I thought it was.
I think it was
late in the season.
Yeah, it was late in the season, but yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
So how much did Kyle, you the back pressure, both you and Mark on your second goal, that plays all the back pressure. How did you see it develop when you were able to outweight him and go to the back end?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Getting good back pressure, turning the puck over. Kind of like I said, if you're able to turn it over and retransition really quick, you can kind of get some odd man rushes and turn it over. Yeah, Mark, I had a ton of speed coming down that left wing, and I knew it was just a matter of time before he saw me. And Mark made a great pass to me and kind of sprung me, and kind of saw, I think it was Yossi, over-committed, maybe thinking I was going to shoot the puck, and just kind of took that ice on the other side and wasn't really able to get a good backhand shot off right away, so just figured out I outweighed him.
Kyle, how much did Adam's physical play in his 2 fights in the first period contribute to maintaining your momentum through intermission into the second period when Nashville briefly seized some momentum after their first goal?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want as a captain. Out of your captain, just know what you're getting every single night, and that's Adam. He plays an extremely tough game. Really hard to play against, and he'll be the first guy on our team to stand up for somebody, and that's what he did. And his second fight, someone they thought he took a liberty on someone, and he had no problem answered that bell and did a great job. And it seems like he's just been incredible this year. Took it to another level, both physically and leadership, obviously, and the whole line. I mean, they scored the first goal for us. They've been huge.
You're not just getting results on the power play. You're not just getting results on the power play, but it seems like you look dangerous at all times. You had a couple of good shots there. What do you think specifically? Have you done something, or what's happened that you've really opened that shooting lane for you?
We've had glimpses early on. I think of the Calgary game to start the year, and a couple other ones where we felt like we've snapped it around and had awesome opportunities. Just for some reason, it wasn't going in. And recently, I've talked about this before, but we had a big, kind of meeting, and obviously things weren't going our way, and kind of what came out of it was just more of a net front presence, and obviously our entries we needed to sharpen up a bit, which I thought we had the last couple of games, and having a net front, it makes every shot on the power play dangerous. Get someone in front of their eyes, and after that it's just having an attack mindset. Getting pucks on that, and those plays are open up after that, like the one in St. Louis. There's a great play, obviously, and I think we continue and build on that, and who knows the limits of what this power play can do.
Thank you, Shane.
To be honest, they're all right. It's all good.
Talk us through both those tilts.
Yeah, well, the first one, I kind of Coops goes down in the corner. I don't really see the contact, just that he goes down, and so I asked Lozon to fight, and pretty respectful by him to let me up kind of right off the bat, and so I really appreciate that. Certainly didn't have to, and he could have teed off, and then the second one, I think he's just sticking up. That's a young guy, new guy in the lineup, and I would have appreciated if I could have got my gloves off. But it's that's what happens. You play hard, and things like that happen. I don't think I anticipate fighting twice in a period too often.
To the room, was that equipment, or was it injury related, or?
Just kind of equipment, move some stuff around, get some things sorted out. So no, it was all good.
You played with him for a long time. What's it like to see Kyle producing the way that he is right now among the league leaders and goals, and not just that, but two-way play kind of started his second goal, both him and Mark on the back back pressure there?
Yeah, you know what, I think kind of the production, that's, you know, what we expect. We see it every day in practice, morning skates. You know, he's so fast, he's so quick twitch in tight areas, and, you know, he can score in so many different ways that, you know, they've done a great job of creating offense. You know, they were dominant last game. They had another dominant game tonight, and, you know, it's awesome to see him being rewarded for it. I think, you know, I remember the start last year, it was, you know, it seemed like he'd hit the post or he'd get absolutely robbed, and, you know, it's nice to see him fall in early, and, you know, hopefully he can keep up this pace.
Speaking of pace, you guys have been great against the Central. What have been the keys to getting off to such a good start within your division here?
Yeah, you know, I think the Central Division, it's, you know, it's so complete top to bottom. There's no easy nights, and, you know, stylistically, you know, every team plays different, but kind of, you know, we're so familiar with every team that, you know, there's certain game plans against the different teams, and we know how critical the points are, and, you know, coming like down the stretch last year, how tight the races were. So anytime you can bank points against your division, it's huge.
Does it feel a little bit like you guys are turning defense into offense and getting that puck up ice faster this year than last?
Yeah, maybe a little. I think our transition game's been really good. I think, you know, some of that is slight change stylistically in the D zone, and, you know, kind of allowing players to move a little more freely and things like that. And, you know, I'm trusting the D that, you know, as soon as they get a touch that, you know, we're maybe able to spread the zone a little more. I don't think we want to get too far apart. You know, connectedness is still a super important part of our game, but, you know, I think we've done a really good job of, you know, creating defense into offense, like it was mentioned earlier, solid back pressure, forcing turnovers at blue lines, and, you know, doing a real good job on the counter. I think, you know, our style doesn't necessarily want us to be a full-out rush team trading chances, but I think, you know, if you can be a rush team and, you know, you're smart with the puck and doing it off of their turnovers and you're not trading chances, you know, yeah, I really like the weapons we have in this room for that.
Within you and your teammates, how appreciated are moments like Dylan when I think he blocked a shot with his face, like the replay didn't seem to show exactly, and then he had another big block late in the game too, and I think it was on the penalty kill.
Yeah, you know, I don't think you can say enough about what it takes to step in front of some of those shots, and, you know, as a defenseman, it's a thankless job sometimes on the PK or 5-on-5. You've got to basically go in the lane, give up your body, or you don't have a ton of gear on, and, you know, generally you block that shot, it reloads right back to the guy, and he's going to blast another one. And, you know, you got the jacket tonight. I think, you know, we all appreciate how tough a job it is, how important it is, and, you know, he was outstanding on the penalty kill. He's been outstanding to start the year, and yeah, you know, a tremendous game by him.
What does it mean for you guys to get a win for one of your smart teams? Last night's third outing, but for him to feeling good about himself, getting a big win here for you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think, you know, we're lucky we've had a long history with LB. We know what type of goalie he can be. He's elite, he's athletic, he moves well, and he was a great compliment to Helly. So, you know, to get him some confidence, get that win, you know, it's a tough job playing behind Helly. You don't get, you know, a regular start. You know, if you don't love your previous games, you know, sometimes a week, 2 weeks before you get your next one. But, you know, he does a great job. He works so hard in the gym. He stays ready on the ice, and, you know, it was nice to see him rewarded tonight.
Thank you.
beginning of the year, the plan was good defense was going to lead to offense. I'm wondering if, a lot of the earlier games were grinded out games, fairly defensive. Do you feel like the team at this stage has unlocked the potential of how that defense can turn into offense?
Yeah, for sure. I think that the hard work that we're doing when we don't have the puck creates those chances, or creates that puck possession that we're doing a great job of having. And like I said to you, that pressure might be in the offensive zone, it might be through the neutral zone coming back, or it's our D zone coverage. And when we close fast and when we take away, I know it's an old adage, time and space, but when we get after people quickly, then our transition comes from a lot of that stuff. And again, there's some really good examples of us pouring back and kind of protecting the guts of the ice and creating the opportunities, the turnovers, and then going the other way.
So that second line the third line, Lowry's line, has clearly been really good at that. The top line had, I think it was Kyle's second goal, was a real great example of them coming, stealing the puck, turning it over. Did you see that coming from them, and has that led to their offense, or did they maybe get a couple in that boosted their offense and just has them kind of whirling and playing the system full on now?
No, they've been doing it from the start. I think that, you can't discredit that they have been. It's a big thing that Scheif has talked about. He wants to be on the ice against the other team top players, and he has to do those things. KC, the same thing. They want that challenge, and they know that if they're going to do it, they got to be good and hard at when they don't have the puck. And there's been numerous times where they've been on video along with other guys from different lines of doing exactly that, pouring back from behind and creating turnovers, popping sticks. We always talk it's never too late to come back and go the distance type thing, and we've seen it all year long. I think now we're really seeing the reward from it, because we're turning it. We were good at tracking, and we were getting good at the turnovers, but now we're getting on the transition part of it. Now we're catching teams with 2, sometimes 3 guys caught down low, and it's creating odd man situations for us the other way.
Casey had said that there was a meeting a little while ago with the power play where they basically walked out of it and said, we got to get more guys to the front of the net. Was that something you guys cajoled into them systematically, or is that just a mindset thing that clicked and now we're seeing what we're seeing?
Yeah, I think that, when you come out of training camp, you come out of the start of the year, you're looking the fancy, you're looking the highlight, you're looking the sort of the tic-tac-toe goals. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, the thing that works the most is when you do have somebody in net presence, and we put Al in front of the net on one unit, we put Nino in front of the net on the other unit, and it really does. Now all it does, it creates a huge opportunity for Mo and Pionk to fire those shots from the top, or maybe the flankers are shooting off the side, and there's a scramble. We were maybe on the goal line or off to the side, and there was nobody there to create that sort of second chance, or create that the chaos that comes from it. So that net presence has been a big part of it. I think there's some other areas too. Our face-offs have been, knock on wood, have been really, really good. We've been starting with pucks. Our puck battles, I think it's another thing that they talked about, Lau and them, they talked about. It's 2-on-1, it's 3 against 2. Those corner battles, coming up with those pucks and then resetting. All you're doing is tiring out the penalty killers, and that's we've done a real good job of that.
What does it mean when you have a guy like Dylan Sandberg laying out for 9 blocks in a game, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, we needed as much as the power play going, our PK needed a boost, and it was a big night for everybody that way. And he was unbelievable. Like some of those shots that he blocked, obviously, it was Forsberg, I think 3 times came down that flank and fired him, and he's got a heavy shot. But, that's part of what penalty killing is. It's that sacrifice that you have to do. And Sammy's always been a shot blocker, and tonight he took it to the next step.
Just going back to Kyle for a second, I mean, what does it mean when you have an elite goal scorer that's already in double digits this early, and, early hat trick and all those things? But that second goal starts with great back pressure from both he and Mark. I mean, that's something that line has worked at getting better at.
Yeah, and like I said, they've been doing that, and maybe they hadn't always been rewarded last couple of games for sure. But the biggest thing is when they come to the bench, it's their teammates saying, they're talking about the back check. They're not talking about the goal. That's the big part of it, and that's when you've got buy-in and everybody's kind of excited about how these goals are coming, or these situations are kind of evolving. But it was great when they came back. All the guys were yelling, "Great back check, great back check, great back check," and that's what you love to hear. That's the part they know. It's the hard work, and it's sometimes not rewarded, but those situations have been rewarded for them.
And how would you describe the hands on that second goal going to the backhand there?
just a yeah, something I've never been able to do. So it's just fun to watch. Oh, good. Thanks.
Takes a look, hands it off to Scheifele, and gives it to Morrissey. Morrissey's pass in front, tipped home by Mark Scheifele! And the winner gives it back to Scheifele. He's going to drop it on his way to the net, and this play here, just a beautiful pass.